Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for calling Low Value. Who's this? Tony Swearbonis? Who's?
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, dog?
Yo, 69 genders, Danny Polishuk.
Yeah, I'm all of them. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Have you heard of this term, love bombing?
I've never heard of love bombing. And I'm actually glad that the last caller called to clarify what a simp is, because I only just started hearing it recently.
Really?
I guess by recently.
It's been around
the last 2
forever.
years.
Well, so
Last
I guess
2
it
years,
depends
I was
who
like,
you ask, because dictionary, which cannot be trusted, says a silly or foolish person. But that's the Oxford Dictionary. But the Oxford Dictionary just changed what the meaning of a woman is. Did you see that?
No.
The Oxford Dictionary, or maybe it's the Cambridge Dictionary, woman definition, they just, it's either Oxford or Cambridge, but they straight up just changed the definition. Oh, sorry. The Cambridge Dictionary has updated the definition of a woman to include it now states that, as well as including adult female human being, a woman can also be an adult who lives and identifies as female, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth. That is a mouthful. An adult who lives and identifies as a female, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth. So the dictionaries, they've been compromised.
Are the dictionaries trying to say that trans women are women?
Quite literally they are, but you're like, at the end of the day, every debate that was ever had, I feel any intellectual debate a lot of times winds up at the dictionary. You go like, well, what do these words mean that we're using to define, our debate, the parameters of this debate? At the end of the day, that's like you kind of go back to the dictionary. Now the dictionaries are getting compromised. But simp is,
This sounds terrible, but I once heard that a woman is defined as man with a womb, a man with a womb.
I've never heard that, but a man with a womb?
Yeah, like womb man. Like
I think it's the XYXX chromosome is a pretty good starting point.
I agree. I tend to agree with that, but who knows?
Yeah, but simp is just someone who shows too much attention to someone of the opposite sex, and it's because you want some of that sweet ass. Have you ever been a simp, Tony?
I had one story. I wouldn't even want to tell.
Tell it.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to tell the other story instead. So, college age. When I was a man in college age, sweet old college age, we were at a Halloween party, and there's this girl from the basketball team who was really hot, and I guess she found me attractive, and she. Remember we were in the room together that had a lock. It was someone's room at a person's place, and she gestured to me, lock the door, and I'm like, huh, what's going on? She's like, lock the door. I'm like, okay. I went and locked the door, and she slammed me on the bed and started making out with me, and I was just like, holy shit, this is way too much too fast. Who the hell are you? Mind you, she was wearing a devil costume, and I was high as fuck that night.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
It was good, but it was great. But talk about unwanted attention. It was great, but
yeah.
It was just too much.
Are you
Me
Tooing this woman right now?
What's that?
Is this a Me Too story?
Almost. It almost was. Later that night, I flipped the script and we did all this shit together. Except I didn't have sex with her, but.
All right.
So that's the whatever. That's the simp story.
Yeah, that's not really. Well, I guess I don't know. That's not simping. Simping mostly just requires some sort of financial compensation, undue. Taking people out. I've heard that in New York. You hear that where some girl will be like, "Yeah, I met some guy on some dating app, and he took me out to an $800 meal." On the first date, and you're like, that's fucking nuts. But people here have just ungodly money. So
when I was desperate and curious, I'll admit I subscribed to an OnlyFans person once or twice, but it was
OnlyFans person. Well,
what's that?
An OnlyFans person. It's very
A
diplomatic
person
of you.
OnlyFans. The person of OnlyFans. But I never would so go as far as to you message them in the chat or private DMs and they're like, oh, I'll send you this shit and send me this, send me a tip and I'll give you this and that. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I never understood that. You see like a lot of adult actresses and stuff, they'll have like, hey, here's my Amazon wish list. Just buy me stuff. And guys do it.
And
I would
guys actually do
never
it. Guys actually do it.
I can never like fathom a level of desperation where I would buy someone something where I know there's like no chance, like zero chance, you know, like if you're like, but it happens. I guess people just they just like buying people's shit, chicks who they think they might be able to get with someday. I don't know.
Hey, I got a random one for you.
Sure.
Have you said that you met Kendra Sutherland once?
I did not meet Kendra Sutherland, but
Okay.
I think no. So we know this woman in New York who is a PR person or whatever, and she reps Kendra Sutherland, and so it's like she rolls in circles of us. But
Wait,
no,
she's
we
a
joked
PR
about it
person?
because apparently Kendra Sutherland was interested in Ryan briefly, but that was about the extent of it. They never met or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Why?
I remember.
Have you been
when she
sending her
was going
stuff?
No, I did send her a long time ago. I wasted a Saturday night just basically typing an email to her, be like, "Oh, I support you. Go get the court case. I find it fascinating." Oh,
Court case? What court case?
when she was Library Girl, the thing that fucking got her big. She had to go to court. It was for misdemeanor and like a $5,000 fine or whatever.
Why? What'd she
because,
do? She had sex at a library?
No, it was public public exposure in a public place or whatever.
And you wrote her an email? That's simping. That is exactly the type of shit we're talking about.
And that, to my friends, was a waste of a fine Saturday night.
You spent a whole Saturday night just pour yourself a glass of wine to compose an email to your favorite porno star?
The worst part was it was a Saturday night where shit was going on, and
I don't know.
wasn't a part of it.
I don't know, Tony. That is simping, man. That's Tales from the Simps. All right, Tony Scarboni, thanks, buddy.
Low value mail, baby.
Yeah, you are. We all are.